Okay, this is just going to be probably a pretty boring video. I'm going to put the system utilities disk in this 2C. And let's turn everything on. Boot it up. Okay. Just going to demonstrate a few things here. Some of these things will be kind of time consuming, but I want to show that both drives read and write. Okay, so it's loaded the system utilities. What I'll do is I'm going to take a disk. Let's see, what is that disk? This disk is just kind of a work disk. Let's go ahead and we'll take a look at it here. So on system utilities, I'll go down to identify a disk. We'll go to the external drive, and we'll want to use the display. And okay, well anyway, there's nothing on it, so I want to copy the system utilities disk to this blank disk. We'll see if that will work. So let's go back to the menu. Let's go ahead and duplicate a disk, and the source disk will be the system utilities disk in the built-in drive, and then the external drive will be the destination, and we'll see if that works. Okay, so that'll be the name of it, utilities. So now, I've tried many disks that I have just sitting around, and a lot of them won't format. But I did find some disks that worked. I don't know, the reasons. It's possible these drives also, the heads could be cleaned out. See here, we have an I/O error. So now this disk is not going to work. Now this disk should work because I used it before, but let's go back and look at what's on it. Okay. And identify the disk, and the external drive, the display. Now this already has the system utilities on it because I copied it to it earlier. Okay, so, but let's go ahead and do that again. We'll duplicate the system utilities disk onto this other disk. Okay, the source is built in, destination is external. There we go. We'll see if it will reformat and copy it again, and then use that to boot. Okay, is it okay to destroy? Yes. And making a video of this is, I don't know, a lot of these processes are pretty time consuming, so this can be just a lot of sitting, but you can at least hear the machine, watch it do what it does. So it formatted, that was successful, now it's duplicating. Here it copying the files. This drive is active, and this drive will be active. It doesn't take forever, but it is, what it is. Okay, duplicating done. Okay. So now, we'll just assume it was successful, but what we'll do to test it is we'll go ahead and shut the machine down, and we'll take the system utilities disk that we booted from, and then we'll try to boot from this copy we just made. Okay. Put that in, turn it on. Loading ProDOS. Okay, so it was successful. One other thing we can check here is if we go to advanced operations right here, and we can verify the disk is readable. Just go ahead and take a look at that. Built-in drive. And I've done this with both drives, and that functionality works in both drives. Okay, no errors found. Okay, now, so that's just basically demonstrating that that disk we were able to make a copy, and so this reads and writes and made a successful copy of it. Now I'm going to put in the AppleWorks startup disk. And I'll just show a little bit of, okay, so place the AppleWorks program disk in drive 1. Now, on the back of this it says program disk, but what I didn't realize is you have to make your own copy of this. This actually won't work. So I made it use the utilities to make a copy of this side, which is this one here. That's because it needs to write to the disk your files. So put that in there. And the date is it is. Okay, so now here we're on AppleWorks. Let's add a file, and we'll do get files. I do have one already on there, just a little short test. Let's see if it's there actually. Maybe I deleted it. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and make one here for the word processor. Do it from scratch, and the name of the file will be 2C test. Okay. And I made that all caps just by holding the shift key down. This will just demonstrate the keyboard a little bit. So I can do some typing. This is a task. See, now one thing I noticed is on this space bar, if you hit it right there, it doesn't work. You hit it there, it works. So I'm having, like, you have to go in a little bit at the very end of it. Oh, it does seem to do it. I don't know. It just seems like sometimes when I type, I don't hit it evenly enough. Of the apple to C, and AppleWorks all keys seem okay. We'll just go ahead and go through some keyboard and just see. I'm sure there's no dead keys. Back, delete. I haven't experienced any repeating keys. Return. Now, some of these keys, the shift works, caps lock. Some of the keys in the tab. Now, some of the keys escape works because I was using that in the utilities program. There's a few in here that I haven't tested, but you can see the keyboard. As far as it's designed, be working okay. That space bar seemed not as responsive earlier. Responsive earlier. Okay. Well, anyway, not fooling around. So let's save that. Okay. So what do we do here? I think escape for the main menu. So let's save this desktop file to disk. This will just show that you can write. This drive also writes. Okay. We'll save that. Save the file on the current disk. Okay. Place your data disk in drive 1 and press return. This will be our data disk. I believe that works. Can't write on disk at drive 1. Okay. Well, let's see here. So I don't know. Let's see. I don't have like a data disk. Let's see. Maybe it will just work if I put some other disk in. I don't know if you need an AppleWorks data disk. Let's see if that works. Save the file on the current disk. Carefully save this file. You can press escape to cancel the save. Okay, well anyway, that disk already had some files on it. It was one of the ones I was fooling around with. But let's just go ahead and remove the files from the desktop. So that's this one that we're working on, but we'll delete it and then load up the one we just saved. Okay, so now you can see there's no, work with files in the desktop. There should be none. There are no files. Okay, and then we'll add files to the desktop from the current disk drive, and see if it finds it. There it is. Okay. And so it loaded it back in fine. Okay. So all this was just a demonstration, just to kind of add to the description. Sometimes it's just nice to see something actually function, so you can kind of, believe what the person is saying. There are other discs here. I like, for example, this Wheel of Fortune. There's some games and stuff, but I don't know. I almost wanted to just keep this. I used to collect computers, and so that, oh, that's right. This one, you actually have to boot it from this side, I think. Nope. Okay, so for some reason, this is now not booting. I think it was earlier. And it's possible these, the heads, you could always clean the heads. I mean, it doesn't hurt it. So for some reason that one is not booting. I'm not sure why. Let's see here. Let's just, and some of this, could actually be the discs themselves. Here's another Wheel of Fortune. This is a new edition. One thing that's good about this 2C is you can turn it off and start it right away. Okay, so now that's not functioning. Let's see. Okay, well, let's go ahead and put a disk in that we know works, just to make sure there's nothing wrong with the drive. Okay, so I'm not sure why those Wheel of Fortune discs, I put one of them in earlier and I was fooling around with it and it did work. I don't know, it's just, but I mean, you can see it's working. I'm just kind of looking at these other discs to see if there's a game or something I could throw in there. There's not a lot here necessarily. Okay, this one, that's right, I wanted to try this one here. Let's see. Okay, well, you can see it's booting. Okay, so the drive is working. I didn't show it all the way because I don't want to use all this time to sit there. Let's just try this other one here. See what this is. This came with the system. See if it will boot. It did earlier. Okay, it seems to be doing something here. Strip Poker, Artworks, 1982. I think I had this connected to a color monitor at one point. It seems like I've had this for a while. I don't know. I'm on the fence about even selling it because it's really cool to have an old Apple II of some kind around. There's so much available online using ahp Pro and other kind of processes. Let's see. Strip Poker. So I don't know how slow this will be. Just see, Melissa or Susie. Enter player name and return. I don't know what we're supposed to do. Oh, you can't backspace to correct spelling. Please press the escape key to start again. Okay. To see opponents. Okay. Oops. Well. Okay. Graphics by Joanne Adams. Okay, enter player name and return. Well, I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, I had this working before. I hit the A and it says you can't backspace to correct spelling. So I don't know what it was doing. So now it has to go through this whole process again. But anyway, you know, if you've worked with Apple IIs, you know some disks can be problematic. I'm just kind of searching through here just to see what else is what other kind of stuff came with this. This is exploring Apple logo and Apple II, the inside story. Now I haven't tried all of these disks, so it's possible some of them won't boot. Anyway, I just wanted to show kind of the computer in operation so you could see that both drives function. The plot thickens. I'm not sure what this is. I've got to live with you. Okay, so I guess, I don't know, I guess there's some sort of game here. I didn't realize that. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm going to turn it off now. Just wanted to do a demo to show it in action. And thanks for checking it out.